welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 30 today. I think it's going to be a fun one. You can see in the top right there, we got aeronautical engineering just about done. I should have the materials on me to get that going. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get into drones. We're just going to mess around with them, do a couple tests, figure out how they work. If you're kind of new, I don't like to look stuff up, so I like to kind of figure it out on my own. And then I like to show stuff on the video, so that way we can get a bunch of good comments rolling in, and then that way it kind of feels like everyone has a piece in what I'm doing. So that's kind of the plan for the day. We're gonna set up drones. I want to test them out, see how they work a little bit, and then we're gonna maybe put them to use. I have up here. I think what I'm gonna do is just to see if just to see how they work and if I can get them to work. So right here we have our aluminum factory. I did put up a train station. I'll show everybody that. Over here, I'm thinking of making kind of like a battery factory, and then those batteries, using that to power drones, and just to see if we can use, get a really good use out of drones. I think that'll be fun. Train station then is set up so we could get stuff going to the train station. If we get that far today, we'll kind of see how far we can make it. Before we do that, though, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to throw something up there. So we took the next big step. We do have a verified YouTube channel now. We are part of the partner program, the very beginning of it. If stuff pops up, I don't know how this all works. So if stuff pops up, I'm never going to ask you for money, right? Like, if you're new, that's one of my big things. I'm never going to ask you for stuff. I'm not asking you. I don't ask for likes and subs and money and all that stuff. I know I put the things up at the very end of the video, right? Obviously, it's appreciated if you do that. But now that the whole money thing is closer, and like, if like I can do memberships and super chats and all that crap, if something like that pops up, just don't do anything with it. I don't know how it works yet, and you're not really gonna get anything out of it. So it's more like just supporting me at this moment. But I want to do like some cool stuff to like make it neat. So again, that's it's really cool. It's a big step. I'm glad. I want to thank everybody for it. But if stuff does pop up yet, just know that I'm still working on it. I'm still reading into it. I want to do more cool stuff to give people better things for watching the channel, but it's not quite there yet. So don't be clicking on weird stuff yet. So I guess that's my spiel for that. But I do want to say thank you. I will always say thank you for everything that you do. Let's see. Q-Creant. The Q-Creant today. I don't have an answer for this one. I'm kind of curious to what everyone says, though. If you could, past or present, talk to anybody, and there's no language barrier, talk to anybody, who would it be? I have no idea. So meaning when you think about the past, obviously even in the present, like there's cool people you could talk to. But like in the past, like I feel like Napoleon or Caesar would be kind of cool to talk to, just to see, or Cleopatra, just to see, maybe what she looked like, and see if she was cool or not. I don't know. There's so many people that I think would be interesting for that one. So I was just like, oh man, it's a good question, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean, there's like Einstein. I think that would be an interesting conversation. But yeah, anybody, present or past, that you could talk to, and there's no language barrier. And let's say you get to talk to them for like half an hour. Who would it be? Who would it be? I'm kind of curious. So that's the Q-Korean for today. All right, enough talking for me. I think I've covered what I want to cover. We're going to try to do some drone stuff, some battery stuff, and we're going to see if we can maybe get a battery power plant set up. I do have some homing ammo being made. I think I'm switching over to the homing ammo. So when I was kind of scouting out this battery site, I was getting attacked, obviously. And the turbo stuff wasn't too bad, but you can see I'm making efficient. Let me see here. Some efficient homing ammo. Yeah, whatever. All right, that should give us a bunch of that, though. Let's get to it. Let's do the drone thing. Pretty pumped for this. This should be a nice next step. There it is. I'm curious to how these work. I want to see if we can launch them to multiple ports, or if it's just like port to port is all they can do, because it's a
Drones
drone.
provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Nice. All right. Let's take a look-see. I hear these are pretty big. So we got transport. Here we go. Drone ports and drones. Oh, I'm gonna have to go make some stuff, it looks like. Let's see. I need 10 more of them. Yeah, we'll probably have a couple cuts today just as I'm making stuff, right? Because, again, all this is new. So, you know, I gotta make a couple things because we don't have everything being made yet. We're getting there. But, like, I need some of them. What else did I need? Let me see here. I need more of them. I have those. That's not too bad. The drones aren't too bad. The drone ports are a little expensive. I need... What is that one? I know I'm not making that one yet. That's another thing I've got to look at is how to get some of these going. Ooh, high-speed connectors. I think I have some of those being made now, just for the ammo's sake. Let's go take a look-see. Yeah, there's a couple things more that I've been looking at to getting set up over here, which would be adding to our main line, but I think we'd be good for it. Yeah, we were making some here. I probably threw them all down in the ammo, though, didn't I? Yeah. I don't want to mess too much with that, but give me... Yeah, I'm going to let that go. All right, so give me a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make enough stuff to make probably 3 ports just so we can mess around with it, and then we'll see if, like, 1 drone's enough, and if not, we'll see. Kind of see how all that works. I've got 2 plans in my head. Like, if they can go to multiple ports, I kind of know what I want to do. And if they can only go from, like, 1 port, so, like, they have a port home and, like, a port destination, I have a plan for that as well. So, yeah, let's give it a second. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. Oof. We have... Oh. We got some big boys coming up that's, like, gonna be their own episodes for sure. Possibly even like 2. I don't know what nuclear power is all going to be about. But it's going to be crazy. I got a feeling that's true. But that's why I really want to get these drones set up. I think like the drones will be very helpful in some of this stuff. Okay, so yeah, give me a second. Let me get some drone stuff set up, and then we will go from there. All right, I think we got everything for a couple drone ports. Real quick, before I forget to, one of the other things I want to do is I do want to start getting a little bit more into the dimensional depots. I know a couple people have mentioned they're super handy, so we're going to start this one for now, and I'm going to kind of go over what my plan is for that. Let's see what she says.
Manual depot uploader unlocked. Storage dimension and pocket dimension now connected both ways and stable. Parts can now be uploaded to the storage dimension directly from the inventory. Note: the storage dimension now understands the boundaries of the pocket dimension and recognizes the distinction between matter belonging to the Pioneer's inventory and matter belonging to the Pioneer.
The window within a window within the shallows within the deep, curling around itself separately, echoes strangely.
I'm sure strange is the correct term for what this must feel like to you.
That was a lot. Okay, so like if we go into our inventory, like let's say transfer, split, drop, delete. So how do I upload something right to it? Do I have to have a depot up? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Do I have enough to make one right now? I need 10 of those and a sphere. I promise we'll get to the drones then in a second. What did I just... How many of those did I just put away? 22, okay. So eventually what I'm kind of planning to do, especially on stuff that I really want, is to put a dimensional depot above these, right? Because these have like the export thing, so I can put... basically fill up a dimensional depot with this material, and it should only fill up into its slot, as if I'm getting that. Again, I'll get into that more later, but I think that's kind of the idea behind them. So let's just see if we can. Could be a lot of like testing stuff out today. Let's just throw one here, right? So you can see what I mean. Like I could put it into there to there. Then that should fill up the depot for that item, right? Because I just unlocked, I can do it from my inventory. Enables uploading from the inventory. Okay. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think I have to be like a certain distance away from it or anything. Let's see. Actions, select. Split, sort, yeah, switch area. What is this? Ooh, there we go. Dimensional depot. So let's say I want to put in that. Ah, there we go. Okay. And you can see it's not very fast right now. But that's pretty good. And then I think you can put, right, so like let's say, what else do we have? Stuff that we don't really, like let's say I'm going to throw, oh, okay. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Just had to look and see that in the very top left, I had that tiny little button. Told me what to do. But yeah, so if I get that going in there, so basically in my depot, I can put it'll hold like a stack of everything, at least right now. So I'm thinking if I have and I'm gonna have to probably go out and hunt some Mercer spheres, but if I have the ability to, especially in the things I want, you know, like I could put, and I guess, I don't really want to do it on copper sheets, but, you know, like I could put a belt from there to there. Man, I guess it wouldn't work very well, but, I'd have to think about how I was going to set that up then, I guess, because, yeah, that makes sense. It's not going to, like, go inside out. Yeah, my idea is to just have, like, a way of getting those into there, which, I'm not going to do a whole nother split thing down here. That would be annoying. We'll see. I'll think of something. But in the meantime, that's nice to know. So now we have that ability. So let's get back to our drone action. So we've got some of these bad boys. Oh, hold on. I must have did something with the aluminum casing. Which, by the way, we have a full load of that over at the aluminum plant. I brought some over just to kind of mess with. Oh God, I hope I have enough. I'm running a little low now on the bits I've been messing with. Yeah, that thing looked pretty big. So, drone port. Holy crap! That looks cool though. I'm gonna have an army of drones. Okay. So very similar to like the trucks and all that, where we've got our little port here. Last fuel type, and then what we're gonna do is, I'm assuming, right, like I'm assuming the turbo fuel will work for this, and being that we have an excess of that at the moment, we'll use some of that too until we get the batteries set up for sure. But I'm thinking we'll probably do, especially the first one where it needs to fuel, kind of like that port over there. So stuff will come into it, and then it'll like kind of fuel itself up. Otherwise, let's see. Let's just get it going for now. So we'll put the fuel in there. And then this is Port Arlanda. Okay, and yep, there's no drone. So this would be... Let's build us a drone. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. I gotta get rid of those spheres. Hold on, let me do that quick. I have, boop, boop, boop. Hold on, let me collect my thoughts here. I have motors in my inventory. So if I go to drone, right, I have motors in my inventory. So I wanna, right, I hope it pulls from your inventory first. Take from inventory before depot. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so if you go into the top left, take from inventory before depot. So which one is active? I guess we'll see. All right, so I have it highlighted right now. So let's see when I build this drone what happens. Be a good little test. Oh, there we go. Oh, these things look super cool. Very nice, very nice. Now, in my inventory, yeah, okay, beautiful. So it looks like it's taken, all right. Or did it not? What? Now I'm confused. Hold on. Okay, so in my inventory, I have 50 motors, right? That's it. And then if I go to my drone, that takes 4 motors. So I now have 46. And then the motors are still in the depot. Okay, yep, perfect. So I think that's the way we want it. Now, sorry, we have a drone. I need a little sip of coffee. A little coffee. Oh, that was hot. Okay, good to go. All right, so we're fueled up. We need power, which is fine. 100 megawatts. That's the other thing is I gotta get more power going. I'm gonna get more power going. I think probably between episodes. So here is no port. So I think I gotta make a second port, which I'm not gonna get too crazy, but let's just put one. Let's say over here somewhere. I know this is. I guess it's a little further away than I would want for a test, but we'll put the other two like kind of down here. So let's say we got another port. All right, and it's just hanging out over here somewhere. It doesn't have to be fancy yet. Let's do it like that way. All right, so now this is Port Brindisi. And then let's do a third port over here. I just want to see... Because I could have swore somebody was telling me they only... These things look so cool, by the way. They only go to, like, one port. Back and forth port. And... Alright, this is Sipcall. I'll probably rename them based off of, like, what they're doing. I guess let's make sure everything's hooked up. Yeah, I'm coming on the point of where I really need to get a little more juice going, and I know we're going to get into nuclear very soon. Oh, here's a little train bridge that I built, by the way. We'll go over that more later if we got time. That should be good. Okay. So, right, because one of the things I could do is if I have it over here, I could split this and send the more fuel over that way, but I kind of want to set up a battery thing and see how many batteries we're getting and if it's going to be good enough. And then we could have one port, like if we can only do back-to-back, or like where you send it to one port, we would just have one port where that drone would be dedicated to delivering batteries to all the other ports. But if not, then we can have all the drones just swing by the fuel up port. But I'm not too sure. Not too sure how we can do that yet. We'll figure it out. All right, let me just plop you up there for now. Okay. So let's see. Distance, status, port name, relevant ports. Okay, so we're gonna go to Brinzy. And then destination. Okay, but I need you to come back here. Oh, okay. Relevant ports, port name. Yeah, so I can't. Oh, there it goes. That's awesome. Yeah, so it looks like it's landing over there. And then it should come back here. I wonder if it has to pick something up there? Outgoing, incoming. Because the interesting thing is, it looks like fuel. Holy crap. Yeah, we gotta get some batteries set up. That's a lot of fuel. That's a pretty small... That's not very far. Definitely not very far at all. Okay. So let's say I put... Let me do... more fuel. All right, so that's outgoing. So is it gonna... Oh, yeah, she's coming back. Yeah, it looks like I can only make one destination. Yeah, I don't see a way to change that. Brinzy, destination. I guess would it come back this way? I don't know. All ports, destination, Brinzy. But then I can't have it come back this way. It seems like from there for some odd reason. I don't know. I might have to mess around with it a little bit and see when I fly in it. It's a little loud. All right, well, let's see what happens on this. So it's gonna go. So it's going to the one port. Yep. Okay, so that looks fine and dandy. And then it's gonna land there. After this, we'll get going and we'll get the batteries set up, and then I feel like I understand how these go, so we'll kind of see what it does after this little test. And again, if there's any drone experts out there, let me know if that's like a thing where they can only go from like one port to one port, or if you can kind of get a loop going. Look at his little face. Oh, he blinks. That's awesome. All right, so he's taking off again, and you can see they don't hold a lot, right? But it's a fair bit, and I don't even know if they would hold all of that. So now we have it set up to where he's going. Okay, so he did go back to the home port. Yeah, because even from this port, it says the destination would be that one. So let me just see if maybe if you pick a couple different ports, he'll go to that third one now. I'm doubting it. It's looking like they only go back to back, like, for one port, which is fine. Yep, so he should be going here. Yep, and he's got that fuel on him. Plus he's taking a bunch. Yeah, so the, I know people are saying this is pretty energy intensive, which, yeah, looks like it. Let's see. Target, takeoff, target, Brindisi. Yeah, so it seems like he's only going to that other one. So that's fine. Let's go take this stuff down and get going on our battery setup. I think that'll be pretty fun. Plus, I have no idea how to do it, so we can do that together as well. That looks really cool, though. I'm gonna, if the battery thing, if we can kind of get an efficient set. Yeah, okay. So it looks like he's definitely coming to here. Okay. So let me know if I'm wrong, but I think I'm gonna set it up as if the drones only go from one port to another. Okay, so it's not a big deal. Maybe like programming it was kind of tricky, and they weren't able to put in multiple like stops. I don't know. Either way. All right. Now, okay, to get our battery stuff going, let me just make sure we have enough for this. So we're gonna need a blender. I might grab a couple more computers. Pretty good there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab... oh, face. Let's grab a couple computers. Let me up. No. Failed. All right, let me grab those. How are we doing here? Okay. Pretty solid. I don't know if I need those for anything. I know I got a lot of crap in my inventory, but usually when I'm going out exploring like this, I'd rather have more stuff than less stuff, if that makes sense. And at least a stack of everything, so I don't want to run back and forth too much. That's kind of my whole goal there. All right. Well, let's go test this out. Before we do, I haven't had my game crash in a long time, but just in case. All right, here we go, here we go. This is gonna give us a bird's eye view. So I did set up the train where I told everybody I was gonna set up the train. I don't have a train on it yet, but you can see it goes down there. It's going through that area, and then there's the train station right there. So the idea would be to have a drone, like maybe here, a drone plant, and then have it go down to there. But we'll kind of see. The other part is there's crap up here everywhere, so we'll have to knock some stuff down if we're gonna do it that way. Otherwise, I have no changes here. I'll probably grab a couple stacks of everything so you can see, like, right, we're producing stuff at a decent rate. Like, everything's just idle right now. That's why I want to kind of get that logistics going back to the main hub. One thing I have found out, is this the right way? One thing I have found out is my logistics back home, I'm gonna have to start figuring something out with that, because I don't really have too much space yet to be doing more things, which kind of stinks. I thought like that area that I picked was easily big enough, but man, there's just, oh, is that a and we brought all that ammo. Definitely need those. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, is there another one? Oh my god. Yeah, this place is there's stuff everywhere. Kind of why I wanted this ammo. It's just I can just kind of like hover and destroy stuff. What we got over there? Oh, we got a Mercer sphere right there. Oh, buddy. Okay, this isn't gonna be one of these where I go and like get a bunch of stuff, but being that this is right here, we can always use these. Those things are awesome. Plus, get a little story.
You no longer perform in your maker temple?
Helping meant
Let me
leaving
get
it.
Our blood will eat, build, teach.
I have no use for blood.
You do. Consume.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Grab another one of these. Yeah, when we see these, we're definitely gonna get them now that they're, we know how uber important they are. Kind of a cool little area too, that's for sure. All right, came over here for a reason. So we need basically another little setup of this. Is this stuff dead? Okay. When I came scouting this area out, there was a ton of stuff. Those look cool. But I'm gonna build basically a little battery factory here. It's kind of nice because we have a little bit of power that we can easily get here, right? Because we already have that set up right there. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna kind of get going with it. I don't really know where to start or how I want to do it, but I do know we need sulfur. So we'll either port sulfur, or we might try the thing with the things. The thing with the things. I thought I had sulfur closer than that. Nope, that's the one. Yeah, you can tell the other one's uber duper far away. Okay, so yeah, that's the sulfur that we need to bring in. This is the bauxite. Let's do, so it's gonna be going kind of in that direction. So let's get some foundations set up, and yeah, I just want to make sure I get the setup correctly. Ooh, is that a geyser thing over there? We don't have geyser stuff set up yet. Okay. Stop it. Let me get to, what am I thinking here? Yeah, I guess let's do that. And then that's good enough. And let me get like kind of a high point here. I don't really want to mess up the geysers in case I want to use them, but I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not, but we can get it kind of going to there. Let me see. What does that say? Ooh, a pure geyser too. All right, so maybe we don't want to mess that up in case I can like turn that into like easy power here. That'd be something we could definitely mess with because we haven't done any geyser stuff. But let's just get us a rough little setup going here. We'll see what we can, what we may need to explode. Oh, I suppose I can save some of that and do my chainsaw. We'll cut some stuff down. If we see any rocks, we might take the rocks down. Explosive bits. All right. Not too shabby. Yeah, again, I don't know what size everything I'm gonna need. This area looks super cool though. Let's start with that. All right, so we're gonna need our miner. Beep. We'll kind of just get that going over here. And then let's set up a couple things to see. So we're gonna for sure need one of these. This thing's huge. Holy crap. Okay, we'll be able to set that over there a little more. Okay, so this is going to take in sulfuric acid and the ammonia stuff. And then I'll probably have to get some casings going or sent over here or something. Man, yeah, we're gonna need quite a bit of space, I think. So this is kind of like the end machine. Yeah. It's fun every time. Oh, man. Might be my favorite thing in this game. Right. so let's just put you kind of. Oh no, that's fine. All right, so let's get this bad boy kind of near the end. We're gonna have to get a lot of stuff going in there. Battery. So we're gonna need some water, which we got water. Oh wait, it produces water. Oh, interesting. Okay. Then the casing, solution, and acid. So we need to get all of that stuff set up. Again, this is just going to be one of those very rough setups. But let's say... Let's get... I don't know. Like, say the acids... Oh, God. The amount of space I might need for this thing is pretty crazy. Let's go... Make you a little bigger. This might actually be a pretty big area to build. All right, so again, put you down. I have no idea eventually where you're gonna be, but let's put you there. Ooh, I think they're guarding a purple slug. All right, we'll leave that be for now. Okay, so sulfuric acid, sulfur, and water. So we need sulfur coming in here, which is a little ways away. Come on, sulfur. Should be in this direction, yeah. All right, let's go scope that out, because that is a cool tree right there. Where are we going to... Is that one going to be easier? Even though it's super far away. So it looks like we're going to have to... See, this is kind of what I was thinking of, almost droning sulfur up here. Because, yeah, we're going to have... We're going to have a little ways to go with this sulfur, I got a feeling. Why are you so angry? No. Oh, God. Okay, we'll get you later. No, these things suck. Ah! Alright, grab some of this stuff. I don't want to get too crazy. I don't know where that other one died. There it is. Oh, man. Sulfur. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a transport. A little bit of a transport here. Oh, man, everything's so mad. Everything's so mad over here, too. And there's radiation? Holy cow. Now. Leave me alone. Get out of the death zone here. Nope, nope. Never mind, just kidding. Is that my sulfur? Look at these. Oh my god. They're everywhere. Just get out of here. Alright. There we go. Okay, so... Yeah, getting that home is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. Well, not home, but to where we need it to get to. Alright, so yeah, I gotta set up my portable miners, and then we'll get everything kind of going up that way, I guess. So this is the thing where I was like, do we want to put... Because it's kind of a pain in the butt area. Do we want to put stuff like drones with this part? Oh, God, where did that come from? There's so many bad guys everywhere. All right, let's just get us... Oh, there he is. Let's just get us a thing set up. What do I want to do? Nope. There we go. Is it a crafting bench? I think it's an equipment workshop here. let me make a couple of these. And I think what I might do, now that we know where this stuff is. Oh, the other thing I gotta get down here is power. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is let me get this set up. We'll get some sulfur coming into the plant, and then we will go from there. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna probably elevate it and just send it straight over there. That is kind of my thinking. I'll get this going down there. Yeah, I think that direction's pretty good. All right, give me a second, and we'll get this set up. Okay, so we got the refiner up. We're gonna be making sulfuric acid, pumping that into there, right? One step at a time. I had to go get some water, so I had to get it from there. Apparently that's not deep enough. There's a little river that runs through right there, so I got water coming in. This should be filling up pretty decently, it looks like. Yeah, I don't think we're having any issues with the head lift. It doesn't seem like it's that far. Yeah, we're filling up, so we'll make sure of it, though, later. Okay, so that's one part of what we got going on. Now we need the alumina solution. All right. And that's one of these. So let's do, I don't know. Can we do that like there? And then that is bauxite and water. Okay, so how much water are we? We're bringing up 120. That's going to be 50. Again, we're going to optimize all this later, but 180 water. That's right. That's going to be much more. Okay. So we're definitely going to need 240. Shoot, hold on. What was it? I forgot already. It was 180 and 50. Yeah. So 2 water things should do it. Plus, I want to say I saw one of these is giving us excess water. Let's just make sure we got enough initially. Okay. Yeah, this thing, it wasn't... Oh, hold on. There we go. All we gotta do is put in a little intersection here. That should be fine. Should be good. Just gotta take you off. Alright, there's that. And, oh, hold on. Reconnect you. Not the prettiest, we can always fix it later. And then I'm gonna need another power line. Yeah, we're gonna be sucking up the juice here pretty quick. Alright, so we should have enough water now. Again, we're just gonna set up the bare bones. Just so I can get an idea for the feel for the mechanics. You're gonna have to change. I'm gonna need an intersection somewhere so I can send it off. Let's do that, and then that'll be fine. Refinery there. Yeah, good enough for now. Dang it. Not what I want to do. Put that there. You're gonna have to shoot over there, so let's set up. Don't like that. Let's just do this. Whatever, good enough. And then that should be plenty clearance. enough. And then, oh, shoot, me the pipe work here. All right, so water's still filling. You should now be going with sulfuric acid. Okay, that's looking not good, but good enough. And then it would help if I connect my sulfur back. All right, so we should be getting this going. All right, and that'll make us our sulfuric acid. We're just gonna go into here. Oh, buddy. I'm just gonna move this blender back a little bit. All right, so now you are gonna also need the water. Okay. I guess good enough for now. So you're gonna use bauxite and water. 120. I guess I don't even know. I'm not even gonna look at the numbers. It's not important right now. Come on. There we go. All right. So we got that rolling in. Okay, what's going to be the next step? All right, so that is making aluminum solution and then silica, right? So we're going to have some excess stuff going on. We'll have to figure out how to work with that. And then I also need to pop in some aluminum casing, which is that... Is that just this one? Yeah. So we need to make... Oh, crap. Aluminum ingots, which means I need copper? I could split... Where's my... I might have to split my copper belt and then bring that over here. So yeah, that's right. So we need a foundry. Scrap and silica. Oh yeah, we still gotta make... Oh man. So this just makes the solution. Oof. Okay, we got a lot to do yet. I'm almost kind of making stuff over there. I wonder if it'd be easier to just send over the casing. Because this will give us the solution then. And then excess of that. Right, so if I brought you into here, right, that handles the... Oh, I wanted to move this, didn't I? Give me a little bit more space. Uneven surface. There. Okay. So you're pumping out sulfuric acid. So I will take that. What, are you making an excess thing too? Water. Wait. Nope, just acid. Okay. So this one's easy. So that would go there. Gonna need a place to put that casing in though. Well, let's get that part figured out. And then I think that'll be, if we get the casing sent up here, that'll be everything. Yeah. Casing just 20 per minute. But yeah, so I guess if you're questioning what I'm thinking here, what I want to do is I think I'm just going to have our casing get sent over here from our factory here, which isn't too far. So we could just do a belt for now. Otherwise, that is our copper. God, I kind of want to do everything in-house over there too. Yeah, God, that's a lot though. Then I need double refinery. Let me go check one more thing quick. So I would need the scrap, but then I would have probably extra scrap. I can put the water back in here. Right, it's kind of like just our setup over there. So it's solution and silica, and then... oh, and that requires that too. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pipe over some casing. We'll just do a little split, and then we can send stuff over. I think that'll be a pretty good plan. Probably finish up the episode by just seeing if this actually works. We're just going to connect everything, and then I will go over kind of how I have everything set up. It's I know it's quite a bit. It's not very clean at all, but at least it's got the mechanics going. Let me do this. Put you over to there. Actually, we'll keep you over there. All right. So we've got our water coming in and our sulfur. And then this is making our sulfuric acid. Ooh, I need to connect this back here, don't I? Let's put you over here. Okay, and that's my bad. So before I thought I needed copper, but I don't. So that kind of changed things. So then what I did was I needed coal. And when I hit the button for coal, it's like right there. So I was like, ooh, that makes it pretty easy to want to make everything here, right? So it's like right there. It's a normal node. So I set it up this way. So I got 3 refiners. So basically this one's bringing in bauxite and water, making the solution and silica, which is, we're feeding it then into this one to make the scrap. So this one's going to be making scrap, and then you can see the excess water, which we're putting back into the system. And then this is a third one, so we're going with an odd number here, because then that should produce us with the solution that we need to get into here. So you can see the pipe going in for the solution, and that should be pumping that in. Let me see. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I don't think I powered this up, did I? Hold on here. No, I did not. Well, we better do that. Let me get this going. Where do I have a thingy? Let's do you to there. And then we'll put you... Where did I see that one? There it is. The radiation. Look, we got our suit on and stuff for that. Alright, so... are we making coal? There we go. Alright, so once that gets humming along, you know, we got some coal coming into the plant now. Okay, so that'll feed that system, which will get us our alumina solution. And then up front here with the excess, well, not excess, but with the scrap. Ooh, this is going to make silica too. Actually, no, I did account for that. It's coming out the back. So the 2 things that are making the silica, you can see I have them connected up to there. It's going to feed through here. And then this is where we're going to make our ingots. So that's the scrap and the silica. That'll get going. And then looks like I forgot to connect this. There we go. So we'll get our ingots going over here, which will turn it into casing, and that should be the last item we're going to need for our batteries, which is awesome. So as soon as this one gets some solution... oh, hold on. There's a... oh, yeah. Yep, okay. So we are missing one thing here. We need bauxite in here. So let's do that. And then I'm just going to split this. Yeah, I knew there was... There's always something I'm forgetting. It's coming in that way, and let's just put that there. Bauxite going back into that one. And we'll connect it to there. My bad, my bad. Now we got bauxite going up into that one. There we go. Which in turn should make the solution that we need. Oh, buddy. And then we should get some batteries going. I don't really have a storage for these yet. I'm gonna have to obviously move stuff around, but let's just get a storage going here. Just so we got somewhere to send these bad boys. Oh, that's right, this can produce liquid. Is that gonna be good enough? No, hold on. Let's put it like right here. Yep. Either way. And there we go, batteries. We did it. All right, so we've got batteries being pumped out. Again, we're gonna make this look better now that I have. Right, that's kind of how I like to do it. That's pretty cool. I like that. I kind of just need to get things down, and see like what we need, how the flow is. Obviously, this isn't very pretty, but at least we're getting the job done, and we're now pumping out batteries. Definitely I'll work on efficiency. I think then next episode... Ooh. This makes water too. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is... And I'll probably fix that off camera. What I'm going to do is I'll probably bring the water down. I'll probably lift this actually then. Bring the water back down around the plant. And then I'll just put a connection in over here and I'll have it... Ooh, or maybe even like right there. I can send it along the wall and I can just put it right back into the system right there. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, I'm thinking next episode, if I make this look prettier, obviously I'll let everybody know. But what I want to do next episode is set up our logistics. So we'll get, now that we know how drones work a little bit more, I want to do some drone stuff, set up a drone station, and then feed that into other drone stations, right? Like this will be the battery kind of station. And we'll have this drone. Basically, I'm thinking I'll have a drone over here that just delivers batteries everywhere. And then we'll have another drone system from our aluminum factory going down into that train port. And yeah, we'll kind of set some stuff up from there. So I think it should be a fun one. Come on back for that. Hopefully everybody enjoyed today's episode. We got the drones in, we tested them out a little bit, and then we set up our battery production line over here. So I don't know, I had fun with it. We'll definitely make it a little bit more efficient, but it's getting the job done for now. But yeah, check out the link for the Discord in the description. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.